is the same language that you're asking her to be careful about her language, and I would ask everybody else to be careful about theirs.
Feisty. What do you make of the exchange, Greg?
Well, I thought she did a fine job, but you got to remind yourself that that is a comedy show, not public access. And if that was a show in which he had different political beliefs, it would not exist because it's not entertaining and it's not funny. He was almost humorous on SNL, but now he's retreated into never funny zone. And this is an example where politics, if you fully embrace it, can kill anything fun. I imagine that his staff was scratching their heads going, why are we doing this segment? When I came to do this show, we were supposed to have fun. It was supposed to be talking about good things and jokes. This is not funny. And it was weird because he was almost operating as a white knight for Omar. It was like a weird kind of lefty apologist. And I felt bad for the show. Like if I was working for that show, I'd throw up.
Yeah. Do you think, Juan, that maybe she was taken aback by that? Because, you know, if I were invited on a show like that, I would assume I was going to have a good time. And it seemed like suddenly she found herself in a political commentary debate with someone of an opposing view. That is a bit jarring.
It could be. I mean, I don't know what she was expecting. I don't know what it, I mean, you know, I mean, she's a celebrity, so I guess that's why she's on the couch. But it seems to me that she's been in the news for her approach to Congresswoman Omar. And so then Seth Meyers says, well, wait a second. For the first time, we've got two Muslim women in the Congress. And, of course, they're going to have different views. But this woman is now subjected to death threats because of the comments, and they were offensive comments that she made, but that she apologized for. So I thought, you know what, sometimes, yeah, things are supposed to be funny, but sometimes you have important conversations. And I thought it was an important conversation. Now, then it gets out of control. Then it blows up. Then Ben Dominant, who's her husband, you know, makes all kinds of offensive comments and name-calling on Twitter about Seth Meyers. In fact, he said he's an example of how white men without talent get ahead.
It's a good point. But you know what? Why do you? I mean, you're the one that attributed her views to being Muslim.
Right.
That's weird.
No, it's not,
because you said two Muslim women, therefore have different opinions.
Seth Meyers said that.
Yeah.
But I would add, I think that she does come from an experience, having been in a, you know, prisoner of war camp in Somalia and the like. She has a different
Why would that make
set
her
of
anti,
experience.
have to be so hypercritical of America? It makes no sense.
I just find it odd, though, that that people on the left are rushing to defend her when she has a long history of comments. She may have apologized for this, and some did not find her apology satisfactory, but this is a pattern of behavior that should be alarming to people left and right.
Yeah, it's bizarre that the left tries to stick its neck out for someone like this so much after she said so many dumb things and so many offensive things. Why do they do that? And I think the reason why they do that is not because they want to protect her personally, because she's not that talented, she doesn't raise a lot of money, she's not that likable or empathetic. The left wants to protect the ability of the left to traffic anti-Semitism, because there's a very strong strain of anti-Semitism on the left that needs to flourish, apparently, and then needs to be protected. So Seth Meyers gets up there and takes it upon himself to do that when he should be trying to make jokes. And he should work at trying to help his career long term, because to position himself to the left of Colbert, I don't think you want to be there when you're in line for that late night show. And when everybody gets death threats. McCain gets them big time. We get them. We don't whine about them.
I give death threats to Jesse.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, and I forward them to HR.
Yes, and they go, I agree with Greg.
No, but I think, you know, in response to you, I just want to quickly say, I think that the whole notion of people saying obnoxious anti-Semitic things, even marching in the streets, I think we see that from the right. Blood and soil, Jews will not replace
Juan, I think you need to check your sources. The New York Times actually got in some big trouble the other day with some anti-Semitic cartoons that they published.
I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay, so I think there are 100 things that you could ask Meghan McCain, why you would spend a limited amount of time, precious time, asking Meghan McCain. You could ask her a million things. You want to ask her things where she's going to criticize President Trump? I got 25 of them that I can Like, that's not hard. Right. So why do you want to do this? Why do you want to have Meghan McCain defending her? And fair or not, the AOCs of the world, Tlaib and Omar, they are going to be the prime stars of ads in districts that I mentioned before, those House districts where Democrats won, but where Trump won in 2016, and he'll be back on the ballot in 2020. Those ads are going to be there. So who will be the first 2020 Democratic candidate to stand up and say enough.
Yeah. That's
You know,
why Nancy Pelosi's trying to rein him in all the time.
Megan, I wish Megan had asked him one question, though. How do you have a late night gig and Norm Macdonald doesn't? That's the question.
Well, Kamala Harris blasting the media as sexist. Find out why coming up next.
Norm Macdonald.